All right, sports fans, here we are at the beach, 14 July. Before you, 2010 Ford F-350 crew cab with the 6.4 Powerstroke. It is the Cabela edition, which means it has all of the Cabela's and whistles. Interior's in fairly decent shape. Body is pretty good on this side. Does have an alignment issue on the passenger side front. Got a badass ranch hand bumper there. I'm gonna strip it and repaint it. It's got a little bit of denting. If I can find my dent puller equipment, I'll pretty much clean up the dents. 377,000 miles. But at that number, you have to figure that it's probably got a new engine and transmission at some point. Although, I could be wrong. Does not have DPF filter, unless they've miniaturized it, and I can't see it. Not too much rust. Does have a little bumper tweakage. It's got a fifth wheel hookup. It's got the badass differential cover there with ribs made out of aluminum. Pretty nice tires in the back. No surprises underneath. Got enough oil leaks to keep everything rust free. I don't see any dripping leaks. Does have a couple of dings on the roof, but it's 15 years old. I guess for that many miles in a work truck, not in that bad a shape. All right, I will pause and then we'll go for a little road trip. It is throwing that code, forget the number, fuel rail pressure sensor, high. So it is under the valve cover gasket on the passenger side, which is a pain in the ass to get to, especially when the heat index is 109. That's why I haven't replaced it. Anyway, if you're familiar with the 6.4 and can handle them, these trucks are pretty good value given the amount of work they can do. I don't know, that sure is a lot of magnification here. All right, signing off, and we'll go on the road. All right, here we are resuming. No traffic. This thing does run like a violated simian. Does not have any miss. Goes into converter lockup fine. Like I say, with that many miles, chances are it's got at least a reman engine and transmission, I would have to think, given the reputation of the 6.4. For those of you aspiring 6.4 owners, you must get rid of that DPF if you plan to retain your sanity. You will be driven, well, let's say you can be driven insane by that DPF filter and the causes, or the problems it causes. Does go down the road smooth, does not have any shimmy, doesn't really pull noticeably. Although obviously, given that passenger side tire, it does need an alignment. 60 miles an hour at about 1,500 RPM should be fairly economical, especially if you had a little bit better well, less resistance tires. These are kind of mud grip tires. It is four-wheel drive for those of you who need it. Pretty much a waste for 95% of people in flatland areas unless you're in snow. Rear brake calipers are a little bit wearing uneven. It's going to need a brake job, although those don't cost very much. The pads for these things are barely $50 for all four wheels, I think. Giving a little bit more throttle. Man, that thing went into lock up nicely. Uh-oh. Plastic rain shield on top of the passenger side window there was vibrating a little bit. Does not run hot. Fluids are clean. No real surprises. It's just a 6.4. Somebody's got a trashed 6.4 chassis with a good engine. This could be a swap. If you needed a spare, you could have a spare. Like I said, I don't really know the history of this engine. It may go another 300,000 miles for all I know. All right, signing off from Galveston, 2010 Ford F-350 Cabela.